You, the chosen one, are stepping into a new awareness, a realization that your energy has become an undeniable force. The moment you enter a room, the atmosphere shifts. People sense something different about you, something magnetic, something they cannot quite define. You are not just another person in the crowd. You are the presence that turns heads, the energy that lingers, the force that makes hearts race without a single word being spoken. There was a time when you might not have understood this power, when you may have questioned why certain people gravitated toward you, why their attention seemed to rest on you longer than expected. But now you see it clearly. Your energy has reached a level where it no longer whispers, it commands. It does not chase, it attracts. It does not plead, it decides. As Valentine's Day approaches, this energy becomes even more pronounced. You are not just desired, you are wanted in a way that defies logic. There is something about you, something that makes people wonder what it would feel like to stand in your light, to be chosen by you, to be close to something so rare. It is not just about attraction. It is about the experience of being in your presence. They watch you, admire you, imagine what it would be like to call you their Valentine. But the truth is, not everyone can handle the weight of your energy. Not everyone is meant to stand in the radiance of the chosen one. Some may be drawn to you for shallow reasons, mistaking your magnetism for something ordinary. But those who truly see you, they know that being in your presence is not just about romance, not just about desire, but about stepping into a reality where love, attraction, and energy are deeply intertwined. You are no longer the one who wonders if you are enough. You are the one who chooses who is worthy of your time. You do not entertain everyone who desires you, because you know that your energy is not for everyone. You do not rush to accept every invitation, because you understand that not all attention is equal. You are in control now. And as the world looks at you with longing eyes, waiting to see who you will choose, you stand firm in your power, knowing that you are the prize. You, the chosen one, have become a walking paradox, mysterious yet familiar, distant yet deeply felt, untouchable yet longed for. People do not just see you, they feel you. Your energy moves through them in ways they cannot explain, making them crave your presence, even if they do not fully understand why. It is an unspoken pull, a silent force that draws them in, leaving them with one thought: I want to be close to that. But what they do not realize is that this magnetism is not just about sexual energy. It is not just about confidence. It is about the mastery of self. You have reached a level where you are no longer ruled by external forces, no longer swayed by the need for approval, no longer searching for validation. This is what makes you different. This is what makes you so irresistible. You are whole within yourself. And that, more than anything, is what makes people want you. Valentine's Day is approaching, and suddenly you are the person everyone wants to be near. Some will be bold, making their desires known, trying to capture your attention. Others will watch from a distance, unsure if they are worthy of standing in your space. The invitations will come, the interest will be obvious, the longing in their eyes will be undeniable. But you, the chosen one, do not move from desperation. You do not accept attention simply because it is given. You do not settle for momentary pleasure when you know your energy is meant for something deeper. You know your worth, and because of that, you choose carefully. This Valentine's, you are not just looking for company, you are looking for alignment. You are looking for someone who does not just want to be near your energy, but who respects it. Someone who does not just desire you, but understands you. Someone who does not just admire your confidence, but matches it. And because you are the chosen one, you will not settle for anything less. You, the chosen one, stand at a place in life where the world no longer defines you. You define yourself. In this moment, as Valentine's Day approaches, the attention you receive is overwhelming. The invitations come from all directions, some subtle, some bold, some dripping with the kind of longing that can only come from those who realize too late what they once overlooked. They all want you. They are drawn to something in you that they cannot quite explain, something that keeps them thinking about you long after you have left the room. Your energy is not just about desire, it is about the way you make people feel. It is the way your presence changes the dynamic of a space, the way your confidence radiates without effort, the way your aura commands attention without a single word being spoken. But now, as you stand in the center of this magnetic storm, you are no longer simply flattered by attention. You are discerning. You are not blinded by admiration, not fooled by shallow intentions, not tempted by the easy validation that so many crave. You have learned that not all attention is equal, that not all desire is meaningful, that not everyone who wants you deserves you. And so you reflect. You reflect on the versions of yourself who once longed for this kind of recognition, who once questioned their own worth, who once sought love from those who did not truly see them. That version of you no longer exists. You are no longer the one who wonders if you are enough. You are the one who decides who is enough for you. This is not arrogance. This is not pride. This is the deep, unshaken knowing that your energy is rare, that your presence is not something to be given away lightly. You have done the work, built the foundation, refined yourself into something that others now crave to be near. But craving is not the same as deserving. Wanting is not the same as earning. And attraction alone is not enough. So, while they rush to be your Valentine, while they send messages filled with hopes of capturing your attention, while they maneuver to place themselves within your orbit, you do not rush to accept just anyone. You take your time. You trust your instincts. You let your spirit speak to you, guiding you toward those who are worthy of standing beside the chosen one. Because this time, you are not the one chasing. You are the one choosing. You, the chosen one, move through life differently now. You have mastered the art of presence, of knowing your own value, of standing firm in your energy without needing external validation. The world around you has taken notice. The desire for your attention, for your time, for your affection has never been higher. But what most fail to understand is that your presence is a gift, not something to be taken lightly, not something that will be given to just anyone. This Valentine's Day, while others scramble for dates, while others seek to fill the emptiness they feel inside with fleeting connections, you are in no hurry. You do not move from loneliness. You do not make choices out of desperation. You do not lower your standards simply because so many are vying for your attention. Instead, you ask yourself the questions that most never consider. Who truly deserves my energy? Who aligns with my vision, my growth, my purpose? Who understands that being with me is not just about romance, but about honoring something sacred? Because you, the chosen one, are no longer interested in meaningless moments. You do not seek attention for the sake of it. You do not entertain those who simply want to taste your energy without respecting it. You move with purpose, with clarity, with a deep understanding that love, at its highest form, is not about temporary desire. It is about connection, elevation, and mutual empowerment. And so, you choose carefully. You do not choose based on who flatters you the most. You do not choose based on who desires you the most. You do not choose based on who is the most persistent. You choose based on energy, on alignment, on the silent knowing that someone is meant to stand beside you. There is power in this choice. There is confidence in knowing that you are not easily swayed. There is strength in understanding that not everyone who wants you deserves you. And as the world watches, as admirers wait for your decision, as those who once overlooked you now long to be near you, you stand firm in your truth, knowing that you do not belong to just anyone. You belong to yourself first. And that is why, no matter who you choose, or if you choose at all, you will always remain the most sought-after presence in the room. You, the chosen one, now find yourself surrounded by a sea of admiration, a wave of longing glances, a silent chorus of people hoping to be the one you select. They are drawn to you, captivated not just by your physical presence, but by the intensity of your energy. You have reached a level where your very essence moves through spaces before you even step foot into them. Your name lingers in conversations, your presence is anticipated, your aura felt even when you are not physically there. This is not mere attraction. This is not the shallow pull of fleeting desire. This is something deeper, something far more profound. This is your energy calling forth those who feel its presence, those who cannot ignore the pull, those who suddenly find themselves yearning for something they may not even understand. They wonder what it would be like to stand beside you, to hold your attention, to be the one who gets to claim a place in your world. Especially on a day like this, they watch as others try to get close. As people maneuver to position themselves in your orbit, as the energy of longing surrounds you from all directions. But what none of them fully grasp is that this is not about them. This is about you. Because you, the chosen one, do not simply entertain attention. You do not simply go where you are wanted. You move where you are aligned. You know that many desire you, but you also know that not all connections are meant to be pursued. Some are drawn to your power, but they do not understand it. Some admire your confidence, but they do not match it. Some crave your presence, but they have not earned it. And so you do not rush. Do not allow the noise of desire to cloud your judgment. Do not mistake longing for alignment. You move differently now. You are aware of your energy, aware of how it affects those around you, aware of the responsibility that comes with being the chosen one. Because when you allow someone into your space, you are not just giving them access to you. You are giving them access to something sacred, something rare, something they may never encounter again. And so you take your time, you watch, you listen, you observe, you let your energy guide you, let your spirit discern who is worthy, let your intuition speak louder than words. Because anyone can want you, but not everyone deserves you. And while they wait, while they wonder, while they long for your decision, you remain unmoved by urgency, because you do not chase, you choose. You, the chosen one, are in the midst of something that few will ever experience. A reality where your energy has become a magnet, where your mere presence ignites curiosity, where your name is spoken with anticipation. But as the world leans in, as admirers gather, as the desire for your attention grows stronger, you do not allow yourself to be swept away by the moment, because you understand something that most do not. Attraction is not enough. Desire is fleeting. Attention is temporary. What truly matters, what truly lasts, is the dance of energies, the alignment that cannot be faked, the connection that does not just stir excitement but awakens something deeper. And so, you do not choose carelessly. You do not let the pressure of others dictate your movements. You do not allow the expectations of the world to influence the decisions you make. You are past the stage where mere interest is enough. You are past the phase where validation from others fuels you. You are in a space now where every choice you make must serve your highest self. The people who want you do not all understand this. Some believe that their persistence is enough, that if they express their longing loudly enough, they will gain your attention. Others assume that their looks, their charm, their momentary allure will be enough to sway you. But you see beyond surface-level attraction. You feel beyond spoken words. You read the energy beneath the exterior, and in doing so, you know who truly belongs in your space and who does not. This is where the dance of energies begins. Some move closer, drawn by something they cannot quite explain, hoping they will be the one to capture your attention. Others hesitate, uncertain if they are worthy, questioning if they have what it takes to stand beside you. You feel it all. The excitement, the anticipation, the unspoken desires. But you do not move recklessly. Do not allow flattery to cloud your vision. Do not settle for anything that does not feel right. Because while they may all want you, you do not need anyone. And this is what makes you different. This is what makes you powerful. This is what makes you so deeply irresistible. You do not grasp for love. Do not seek validation. Do not beg for affection. You walk through life with the quiet confidence of someone who knows that the right connection will find you, that the right energy will align with yours, that the right presence will meet you at your level. And so as Valentine's Day arrives, as people continue to watch, as they wait for your choice, you smile. Not because you are overwhelmed, not because you are uncertain, but because you are in control. You are the prize. And those who truly understand this do not rush you. They do not beg. They do not chase. They simply wait in quiet reverence, knowing that if they are meant to stand beside the chosen one, they will. Because you, the chosen one, do not just engage in the dance of energies, you lead it. You, the chosen one, have reached a stage where relationships are no longer about mere attraction, but about energy alignment. The world may see love and desire as fleeting, based on appearances, moments, and words, but you see beyond all of that. You recognize that true connection is about harmony, a balance of energies that cannot be forced, cannot be faked, and cannot be replicated. As the world circles around you, as admirers try to position themselves in your life, hoping to be chosen as the one who gets to share in your essence, you remain unmoved by shallow intentions. You are not swayed by temporary flattery, not distracted by those who only see the surface, not fooled by those who desire you without understanding the weight of your presence. They see your glow, but they do not know the fire that forged you. They see the confidence in your step, but they do not know the battles that shaped your strength. They see the magnetism of your aura, but they do not know the discipline, the refinement, the self-mastery it took to reach this level. And this is why you choose wisely. There was a time when you may have entertained the wrong energies, when you allowed people into your space simply because they showed interest, when you ignored the quiet voice of intuition warning you that not everyone who desires you is meant to stand beside you. But you have outgrown that. You no longer seek validation in the eyes of those who cannot see you clearly. You no longer give pieces of yourself to those who do not honor what you are. Now you move differently. Now you choose differently. Now you understand that love, at its highest form, is not about who wants you, but about who matches you. You are looking for harmony, not just attraction. You are seeking alignment, not just chemistry. You are choosing a presence that enhances your existence, not just one that fills an empty space. And this is why the right person will not need to chase you. They will not need to convince you. They will not need to play games to hold your attention. Their energy will speak louder than their words. Their presence will move you without force. Their spirit will feel like home without effort. There will be no need to second guess. There will be no confusion. There will only be a deep, undeniable knowing, this is the one who belongs beside me. And so, while others rush into fleeting connections, while they seek momentary highs in the name of love, you wait. You wait not because you are indecisive, not because you lack options, but because you understand that your love is rare, your energy is sacred, and your presence is not something to be given away lightly. You, the chosen one, do not settle for anything less than harmony. And that is why the love that finds you will not be ordinary. You, the chosen one, have stepped into an existence where attraction is no longer something you chase. It is something that follows you. You are no longer seeking, you are sought after. You are no longer proving your worth, you are the proof itself. The energy you have cultivated, the confidence that radiates from your very being, the mastery of self that makes you stand apart from the rest, it has all made you undeniable. They want you. Some recognize it immediately, drawn to you like moths to a flame, feeling the pull of your presence before they even fully understand why. Others realize it too late, remembering you long after you have moved on, haunted by the fact that they once had access to you and let it slip through their fingers. Regardless of where they stand, the truth remains. You are unforgettable. But the real power of attraction is not in being wanted. It is in knowing who is worthy of being wanted in return. You have reached a point where attraction alone is not enough. You have seen how easily desire can be mistaken for love, how attention can be confused for respect, how longing does not always mean readiness. You are aware that not everyone who is drawn to you is meant to stay, that some people are only fascinated by your light, but are not willing to do the work to match its glow. And so, you observe. You listen not just to words, but to actions. Not just to interest, but to effort. Not just to the way they look at you, but to the way they move when they believe no one is watching. Because attraction is easy, but alignment is rare. Some will come to you thinking they are ready, thinking they can handle your presence, thinking they can step into your world without preparation. But your energy will reveal the truth. Some will be intimidated. Some will try to lower your frequency so they can reach you more easily. Some will attempt to make you doubt your worth so that they can feel more secure in their own. But you, the chosen one, are too aware to fall for such illusions. You no longer entertain those who require you to dim your light. You no longer lower yourself to be understood by those who are unwilling to rise. You no longer give your time to those who admire you from a distance, but lack the courage to stand beside you. The power of your attraction is not in how many want you. It is in how carefully you choose. You know now that the one who is meant for you will not feel like a struggle. They will not feel like a challenge, like a puzzle you must figure out, like a battle you must fight just to be seen. They will feel like ease. They will feel like certainty. They will feel like standing in front of a mirror and seeing your own reflection staring back at you. And because you understand this, you do not rush. You do not accept the first offer simply because it is given. You do not mistake longing for compatibility. Do not confuse admiration for commitment. Do not settle for anything that does not align with the greatness you have cultivated within yourself. You, the chosen one, are the embodiment of attraction, not because you seek attention, but because you have become a force that cannot be ignored. And as the world watches, as admirers try to position themselves in your life, as they hope to be the one you choose, you remain unshaken. You remain unmoved by the temporary, unaffected by the fleeting, uninterested in anything that does not resonate at the highest level. Because the true power of attraction is not just about being wanted, it is about knowing exactly who is worthy of your presence. And because you, the chosen one, understand this truth, you will never settle for anything less than what is meant for you. You, the chosen one, are no longer the person who once questioned their worth, no longer the one who mistook attention for love, nor the one who thought being desired was the same as being valued. You have lived, you have learned, you have evolved. The lessons of your heart were not always gentle, not always wrapped in warmth and comfort, but they were necessary. They shaped you into the force you are today, a presence so rare and refined that the world cannot help but take notice. Love has been both a teacher and a test. You have seen what happens when you give your heart to the wrong hands, when you offer your energy to those who cannot hold it, when you entertain people who desire you but are not equipped to honor what you bring. You have watched as others fumbled with your presence, treating something sacred as if it were ordinary, failing to recognize the depth of the experience you offered. And you have also seen what happens when you step back, when you withdraw your energy, when you stop chasing love and allow it to find you instead. You have watched as those who once overlooked you came to regret it, as those who took you for granted realized too late that there is no replacement for your presence. You have seen how silence can be more powerful than words, how walking away can teach a lesson that explanations never could. Now, as Valentine's Day approaches, you feel the weight of all these lessons pressing into your chest. Not as a burden, not as a source of sadness, but as a quiet knowing, a deep wisdom that has rooted itself inside of you. You have learned what you will never accept again, what you will never settle for, what you will never lower yourself to entertain. And because of this, you move through the world differently now. The people who desire you may not fully understand what it means to be in your presence. They see your glow, feel the warmth of your energy, and they believe they are ready. But you, the chosen one, now know that readiness is not just a feeling, it is a state of being. To stand beside you is not just a privilege, it is a responsibility. And not everyone who wants you is prepared to carry it. So you listen not just to what people say, but to how they move. You watch their actions, observe their energy, feel the subtle shifts that reveal their true nature. Some approach with confidence, but lack the depth to understand you. Others admire from afar but do not possess the strength to step forward. And a rare few, a very rare few, will see you as you are, and instead of being intimidated, they will rise to meet you. And those are the ones worth considering. Because at this level, love is not a game. Attraction is not enough. Attention is not the prize. It is about energy, alignment, and the sacred exchange of something that most people will never comprehend. And you, the chosen one, will never again settle for anything less. You, the chosen one, have now reached a level where your love for yourself is so complete, so unshakable, so fulfilling, that you no longer need love from anyone else. You may desire connection, may enjoy the dance of romance, may welcome those who bring joy and passion into your life, but you do not depend on it. You do not crave it to fill a void. You do not seek it to confirm your worth, because you are already whole. And this is the difference between you and the rest of the world. While others run toward love, desperate to find someone who will make them feel complete, You stand in stillness, knowing that the greatest love you will ever experience is the love you have cultivated within yourself. While others chase relationships hoping to escape their loneliness, you walk with confidence, knowing that solitude is not something to fear. It is a gift, a sanctuary, a place where only the strongest find comfort. This is why your energy is so magnetic. This is why people cannot help but be drawn to you. They do not just see beauty in you, they see certainty. They do not just feel attraction toward you, they feel a pull, a longing to understand what it is like to be that free, that secure, that at peace within oneself. They may think they want to be with you, but in truth, what they really want is to be like you. And that is why you choose carefully. That is why you do not entertain just anyone. That is why you do not rush to fill your time with empty connections, why you do not settle for meaningless attention, why you do not allow yourself to be consumed by relationships that do not nourish your soul. Because you are at peace. You do not need someone to tell you that you are special. You already know. You do not need someone to validate your worth. You have already claimed it for yourself. You do not need love to save you. You are already saved. So when Valentine's Day arrives, when others are scrambling to find a partner, when they are seeking someone to fill the space within them, you are simply existing in your full power. Whether you choose to share your time with another or spend the day in the company of your own divine presence, you are fulfilled. Because true love is not something you seek, it is something you become. And because you, the chosen one, have become it, you will never again accept anything less than what reflects the love you already hold within. You, the chosen one, have reached a space where love is no longer something external, something you search for, something you chase. You have cultivated it within yourself, nurtured it, allowed it to expand and flow through you like an endless current. Love no longer feels like an absence, no longer feels like something to be gained. It is something you already have in abundance. And that is why this moment, this day, this energy surrounding you feels different from how it once did. Once upon a time, you may have seen Valentine's Day as something that held weight over you, something that dictated your worth, something that determined whether you were desired, whether you were chosen, whether you were worthy of being claimed by another. But now, you are the one who claims. You are the one who decides. You are the one who holds the power. The world watches you, drawn in by the quiet authority you exude, by the way you move through life with ease, by the way your presence alone is enough to shift the energy of an entire space. You do not force love. You do not beg for attention. You do not seek affection for the sake of validation. You stand in full acceptance of yourself, and because of that, love flows to you effortlessly. Everywhere you go, there is admiration. There is curiosity. There is an unspoken desire from those who have not yet learned to master their own energy, from those who still believe love is something that must be chased, something that must be proven, something that must be obtained. They see you and wonder why you are so at peace, why you are not searching, why you are not desperate for the kind of connection they believe will complete them. But that is because they do not yet understand what you already know. Love is not a destination. Love is not an external force waiting to be discovered. Love is something that begins within. And when you have mastered that, when you have fully stepped into the knowing that you are already whole, everything changes. You stop chasing, and instead you attract. You stop proving, and instead you simply exist in the fullness of who you are. And in doing so, you become love itself. This is why everyone wants you. This is why your presence is so magnetic. This is why, on a day like today, when so many are seeking validation through another, you stand unmoved, unwavering, untouched by the urgency of those around you. Whether you choose to spend this moment alone, indulging in your own peace, or whether you allow someone to step into your space and share in the warmth of your energy, it is your choice. Because you, the chosen one, do not celebrate love the way the world does. You embody it. You, the chosen one, understand something that many may never grasp. Love is not an event. It is not a day. It is not a fleeting moment of attention or passion. Love is a lifelong journey. The energy that surrounds you today, the way people are drawn to you, the way admirers circle you like planets orbiting a star, This is not something that happens just because of a holiday, just because of a season, just because love is in the air. This is who you are now. You have spent years refining yourself, shedding the layers of insecurity, removing the false beliefs that once told you love was something you had to earn from others. You have stepped into a state of being where you do not rely on others to tell you that you are valuable, that you are desirable, that you are enough. You already know. This is why you do not settle for half-hearted affection. This is why you do not entertain those who approach you with weak energy, those who only seek the surface of you, those who are drawn to your glow but are not willing to match your fire. You are far beyond that now.